Yo, what's good? Um, you see, you see. Now you see me? We were talking about the narcissistic stare. No, we did not. We did not even talk about the psychopathic stare. No, we did not. We neither talked about the eyebrow of the narcissist. No, confabulating, you know, I am dissociative. All right. You see, let's get to the topic. In the spiritual community, the Destiny Swap is a huge topic. All the content creators I follow, like Light, Mother's Eye of Akebulan, it's very serious sources. Even some Vaknin. Denzo Moss, Ragnaron Not, AC Clucky, and all those beautiful beings out there are talking about this topic of Destiny Swap. Okay. Thing is, everybody has a different opinion. Some Wagnin is the scientific side of narcissistic introjection and projective identification, malicious envy, missing identity core, mimicking, and the other content creators rather speak of the spiritual side of it, or whatever point of view you want to take. Thing is, the narcissist. No, I don't even need to say the narcissist. There's people with certain traits. Okay, we're not talking about narcissists or psychopaths. We're talking about people with 10 of 10 of the traits. Okay, so no moral core, no identity core, no shame, no guilt, no authentic frequency, goal-driven artificial intelligence, and so on. And these people can change faces quickly. They can swap destiny in some way, but it's not really destiny what they swap. I would say the people I'm talking about, they told me, so this is experienced, they told me that they are most afraid of being alone, and being alone means being confronted with oneself, and being alone is essential experience on individuation and getting to know oneself. So they are afraid of themselves, of what they really are. At the same time, they are afraid of reality, so they don't want to be confronted with reality, because what they are is a form of reality. And this is obviously why they need people around them, not only to distract and entertain them, also to validate the grandiose self that otherwise they could not believe, because they would feel that the truth about them is very uncomfortable. The own company is unbearable and uncomfortable. Yeah, and when we're now talking about Destiny Swap, these people, again, they don't swap destiny. Their destiny is to run away from their true self and from reality, to create a place with the 4S: safety, sex, service, supply, and to live in the shared fantasy, which is another S, shared. A shared fantasy is an extension of the grandiose self, and needs to be validated by cult members or coerced children. And again, these people don't swap destiny. Their continuous destiny is to be, so they coerce themselves into these patterns. That's what they create. That is their eternal circle. But what they swap is the non-existence personality. So they don't have a personality core, which means they introject different, they have a variety of personalities introjected that they can alternate and change faces in a second. So this is my contribution to this topic today. They don't swap destinies, they swap their own personality, and they can also evolve and swap the narcissistic fantasy. But this has nothing to do with identity core or reality. It happens in a different universe, in the narcissistic shared fantasy. Yeah, I could go on in this topic of, secondary supply means not only that narcissists can also extract energy and attention from negative emotions of others, it goes into the direction of reactive abuse and also inflicting strong emotions in other people. And if they refuse to co-idealize the narcissist, they get punished and they will evoke strong emotions, and then suddenly goes the person, which is a non-human behavior, and thus it puzzles the person. Why is the person evoking strong emotions? So they are reaction or emotion creating machines. This way they regulate themselves. And then they go, when you have the desired condition, then they goes to puzzle you and to get rid of their own dysregulation that they always go back to when they are alone or confronted with reality. And yeah, this is a secondary source of supply, or another mind game they play. And also the attention that we educate ourselves and think about how these people work to make sense of what happens to us, and we can apply certain things to ourselves as well, like when we learn about what childhood trauma does to these people and why they become in this way dysfunctional from our point of view. We can learn why we are the way we are, why we did not create functioning boundaries, and learn a lot about ourselves. But this healing journey that is having the effect of helping us also has some form of secondary supply for the narcissist, because we give them attention, we admit to ourselves that they have created strong emotions in us, something that the narcissist cannot have, so they evoke it in us, and then it's kind of satisfying them or giving them secondary supply, like sadistic supply, whatever, or sexual arousal. The highly competitive way they try to, they celebrate their shared fantasy, trigger you into this competitiveness by competing about everything and then stonewalling you. And then you might be tempted to try to tell them that this shared fantasy is not reality or stuff like that, but is vanity, I could talk to a piece of wood and it would have the same effect as talking to a narcissist about reality. So is a interesting, fascinating topic. And we also have to get rid of the fear to be vulnerable in the interaction with the narcissist, because we have been trained that whenever we open up, whenever we show emotions, whenever we're vulnerable, they extract something from that. And then we try to not be vulnerable, but this is exactly what makes a human being a human being. This is where strength and power of personal development comes from. So we have to learn to not care about being vulnerable, and admitting this, because this sets us also apart from narcissists. A narcissist would never have true intimacy with anyone, and never admits, never opens up really, It's all about the domination, ending up on the top end. They are doomed to be in this fantasy. But without true vulnerability, without true admitting that we made mistakes, that we are not always in our full potential, and so on, without that, no power is real as well. Is all then, it would be all just a delusion then, okay? A self-delusion. So, in other words, don't care about the celebrating narcissist that is an eternal winner, because at the same time it's an eternal loser. Is all the same. It's like, don't compare yourself to a person that is not unequal to you. It's not the same. You have an identity core, you have a moral core, you know what love is, you can experience true intimacy, you have real empathy, you are tapped in the real world that the narcissist envies in you. And this is the reason why they become these clown-like shadow projecting actors around you that try to trigger you. See everything as a validation that you are actually the grade A supply they can never become. And the more they stonewall you, the more they show you that you don't matter to them, the more they understand. Deeply feel. That's what they run away from. Deeply feel something about you.